Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for you guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 115G. I hope everybody's holiday was pleasant and plentiful. Just can't wait for all this to end so to go back to normal. In this video, I want to talk about to describe the worst case time an algorithm takes to to complete, where the n is like the number of elements. We've seen that, right? O and n. Listen, just real quick to let you hold on 1 second. Okay. What I did was I created a file that I'm going to use. Remember this one where we talked about that was on the last video. We talked about the big O. First in, I described the first in, first out, and I gave you an example. And what else? We did the stack. Then we did, what else we did? Well, we did several different ones, right? Stack, push. Was this the main one, the last one that we talked about? Maybe it wasn't. Was it? I could have sworn I had something more than this. But anyway, this is what this is right here. Remember? We talked about it. We talked about the queue, strike, time, search, the stack, the hash map, which I don't think this is it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to find it. You know something? It doesn't matter, because what we're talking about is this stuff too. But I just want to let's make a fresh. Let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of this too. This is going to be a text file, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, of course, I just mentioned, let's see, let's make this one, we're going to explain it, but big, excuse me, man, no, oh, it's cold out here, it is cold. Then you go comparison, let's see how you spell that, see how that works, like for the data structure. We'll do this like this. Why not? Oops. Yeah. Let's see. That will be good. How about we add a couple of spaces just in case? What is it? BR and BR. I'm sorry. So I wanted to explain some of these things, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to have this all set up where we do the actual, when I send it to the description, it'll have everything. I can probably type some stuff out. Let's do this. Let's type some. How can I do this? We could say data. Sorry. We can say that this would be the data structure. Yeah, let's see. How about we say structure, and actually, can it fit all in one thing now? Let me see. Let me see if that will be the data. Let's make this a little more. That. Let's make like an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe I should open up an Excel sheet. Next time I'll do that. I'll open up an Excel. Then we want to do like the implementation, right? The implement. That's a good one. Then we'll do, because you've been seeing all the operations already. So we'll just add 1, 2 right here. And then you want what else do we have? Oh yeah, the time complexity. So we'll do that. We're gonna say the time complex. How about that? Complex. And then we'll say we'll explain. How about that? We'll do the whole explanation like this, like that. We'll do it like that. How about that? And do I need a line to separate these things? Would it make a difference? I'd like to line this up a little better. I mean, this one has a lot of space there. How about we move this a little bit in? Like this. Alright, so how about we put it all down here? Let's do a little I here so we can make sure that we keep it. It's just my way of. So what we're going to do is the array list, right? We talked about the array list. You know that. You know what I'm talking about with all the. And the implementation would be like, let me see, PHP dollar, let's see, array, like that. Well, it's already PHP, we already know that. We just say dollar array. How about we just, you would know, right? Because we're talking about PHP right here. But you would know that's, we just keep it like that. I know it's a little weird. The operation would be like if you need to access the data, right? So what will be the, so you will say you want to access, and let's say by like by using the index access by index, so it will be something like, how about we say access by, how do I do this? Access by what, like that? How about we do that? And maybe we should just put it in the bottom of it. What do you think? That will be the access by. How about we do it like this? This, you know, we're better off using the Excel spreadsheet. Maybe I would just put it in an Excel spreadsheet. So if you do like, remember, oh yeah, you know something? We could just say by, what is it? The index, right? Because that's 0. Let's move this guy down. But yeah. And what we do is when we want to access something, right? How would we do that? We would do something like dollar, right? Let's say you made an array. Let's say you created an array called ARR, like we always do. ARR like this. And you want a specific 1, 0, or whatever it is. You could say I, and I will equal to anything, right? I will equal to anything. Could be, so if you're looking for, like say the second one, you will say 1. If you're looking for a third one, you will say 2, right? Because it's 0, 1, and 2. So you get the message. So we'll just put I represent anything I want, okay? And this would be, maybe I could put it on the, right here on the top one. Yeah, how about we put it over here? This was better off being in an Excel spreadsheet, Andres. Mr. Old PHP Andre. My name is Andres. I guess you didn't know. Let's see. Let's put a little space here like this, because you know I want to space it out, but I don't want to. Yeah, it might get bigger. That's because I'm gonna have to expand the other. So this one, like, is when you do like that direct, like direct memory, direct memory access. You know, time, the constant time, right? That's what that is. So you would say direct memory access, like that, because that's what this is right here. You already know right here where it is. You're accessing it. You know, if you want zoom 2, 3, 4, you want 100, whichever is the one you're looking for in memory. That's the memory. I wonder if this mess you up a bit, because I hate doing things over the line. That's okay. I guess it will be okay. And then we got, like, what is it? We also, when we're doing the search, let me see. Is there a line 1 and 2? Yeah. How about we do the search? Let's say if I wanted to do the search like this, it would be search, and that will be a linear, right? When we talked about that, that will be linear. Like that, and that will be let's say an ON. Why am I doing this all wrong here? Let's see. I will say O like this, and then and what this does is it checks every item in the worst case scenario, right? It checks that. Remember the search? I think we was the last one to search. Yes, the last video is all about the searches using the tree, the queue, the stack. Yeah. Okay. So I also mentioned that you must check every item in the worst scenario. That's how you always check. You got to check to see, oh, that's the worst scenario. So you go say check every every item in the worst. What is it? So please spell that in the worst case. I guess I would say. Scenario is too big of a word. I don't want to make it too big. I guess I can do it like this. Alright, let me just keep it like that. And then you have, oh, this is terrible. I hope it will line up nicely when I save it. So then we have the insert. We talked about the insert and the slide. I think we talked about the delete. I'm gonna have to find out if I did one about the delete. If not, then I'll put another video right afterward. And this will be like at the end, because it puts everything at the end. So maybe I could just put here, here at the end, like that. So we go here. Let's put it on this line, and then this will be a O1, right? Because you would know when you're inserting. That will be, let me see, like this. It so happened that I'm also clogging. I mean, I don't know. I'm making no excuses for my voice and stuff. Now it does like the simple pointer, right? Simple pointer. So if you need to adjust, like the simple pointer adjustment, this would be. What I word? Maybe I just go like this. Adjustment. You know, I was gonna crack. I was gonna do each one with a whole bunch of. Some, might do that too. A whole bunch of. Some more examples on each of them, and then that's it. No more about this all. Because I want to move on to creating, or some stuff that I already created, to tell you the truth, and I want to give it to you guys. I want to give you the HTML, the CSS stuff, and the PHP stuff. I just took a sip out of my cold coffee, which I don't know why I always let it sit. And then you can also do, let's see, let's go down here. Can I copy this whole thing here? Sure can. Put it over here. Yep, that's it. So you can also do the start too, You could do like the start and the middle. Maybe I just write it like this: at start / and middle, right? And this, of course, will be ON. because you requires your re-indexing of all the subsequent elements when you're changing things around. You know, because you can insert things between other things. So I guess that would be the slash or in, I guess. And maybe I'll write down, oh, that's not good. This don't look good. It's supposed to be n right here. Get rid of that one. Maybe I should just do this later. Just talk about it. And then, like I said, it requires re-indexing. And I'm hoping to have a whole set of. Let's move this here like that, and then say, what is it that I wanted to say? Maybe I spelled this right. I mean, elements. Does everything have a dot? But we put a dot here. Put a dot here. Let's see. Right, and then that's about it. So now we want to talk about the associate array, right? So we're going to say associate associate. There's a little space here. Why don't we just do this? I don't know. I think it'll look different. Would it confuse you guys? Maybe, I don't know. Do it like this. You're gonna get to figure it out anyway. So we're gonna say associated array, right? Let's do it like that. And that will be array map. Remember the array map that I showed you? Should I put this on the bottom part? Or? Yeah, sure, why not? This will be the implementation. I guess it would be a dollar array, and of course that will be the map. So that will be, and you see what the arrays look like. So maybe I should just put. Can I put? Let's go here so I can give you real quickie. Something like. I don't know, like this, and then you go like this, and then you have your, and just gonna be more like this. Oops, sorry, and then call it A, maybe A like that. Then you have your next one, which will be 2, and then we'll put B. Let's just keep it that way, okay? You're gonna get the message anyway when you do that. So let's do like that. Alright, so here I want to say, what is it? What I really want to say. I want to access by the key, and I guess that's what it is, which is exactly key and value pair. This is the pair. So we're going to say access, and we'll put in parentheses by key. How about that? Like this. And this will, wait a minute. What did I do here? By key. And this will be on O1. And then, you know, because you uses the hash function for quick lookup. Remember we talked about the SPL. What was it that we're using? Oh man, the checks. Remember that? So the SPL from the library. So we'll put here. Uses a hash function. I know this is a lot of stuff that I've been giving you. You're better off getting a book and learning some of this stuff, but I guess I'm giving it to you anyway. because for me, if I can get information from every direction, for me that's helpful. And then of course you got your what is that? The insert and so I guess we could kind of put, if I put it over here, somebody would put it down here. We just, this one is together. Why don't we just do this? Put it over here. You know, this is not gonna look right when you bring it up, but you know, hopefully you know by looking at this video. So we're gonna say like the insert / delete. At the time I put in an Excel spreadsheet, and of course that will be by key, so that will be like the 0, what is that, 01 01 like this. And of course, you know, when you do the 01, that's like a constant time on an average, you know. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do constant on an average. Yeah. Look, this. Yeah. And then over here we'll put in parentheses by key. Only because I didn't wanna. I mean, I could have pushed this a little bit. This will fit, lining it up like this. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Let's see. Let's bring this guy down. Let's save this thing here, just in case. I gotta look for this. The name for this one. I forgot what the name was. Maybe we'll spread it up so I can bring it out. Then I'll put it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll put it in here as a separate. I don't know. It'll confuse you guys. I don't know. Let's see. I'll do that in. We'll check it in a few minutes. Now we want to talk about the stack. Remember the stack? We talk about the stack, which is the LI. Let me see. Let's write it down. Wait a minute. Why is it that I keep doing that? Then you go here on the parentheses LI. Remember, last in, first out, that kind of thing. Like a plate, stack of plates. Okay. Leave that like that. You could use that important. Remember, I was telling you because we were using it. Just use the SPL stack, because it'll do a lot. And of course, that will be like a push. Remember push? And the other one pop. Then the other one, what was the other one? Peak. And what was the other one? The other peak and I'm gonna have to look that up because I can't remember. So this will be, of course, the push, right? That's for it to insert, right? And that will be, let's see what we got here. What we got here? 01, of course. And then you have, because when you're adding to the top, remember the actual stack of plates in memory, when you're doing this type of stuff, is actually, it looks like an array. So when you add stuff to an array, what happens? It gets kind of to the end. There is also a command that puts it in the front of it, right? So if you go back down to several videos, you'll see that I kind of talked about the array like big time. But there is a thing that will put it in the front. But right now we're talking about doing it like this. And so when you look at it in physical world, memory, it looks, you know, linear, lined up. It goes to the back of it. But in conceptual way, it's like you're stacking it like a plate. That's why you can peek, check out whichever you want, not pull anything out. Right? It's like you're opening the cabinet and go, oh, let me look. So by doing it that way, that's what does. It's just a simple pointer, right? So let's write that down. Adding to the top is a simple. We'll do it like this. Simple pointer. That's all it is. update. Alright, we'll do that like that. And then the pop one, let's see. Would I be able to put it on? Oh shit, it moves it down. How about we'll put it right here? We'll put pop right here. Pop. How about pop? Pop it away. And then you go to remove. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, why don't you just leave it like that? Remove and access. That's it. Let it go through. That's it. That will be your. Maybe it's just. That will be your. Or what? Because you remove from the top, right? So it's a simple pointer update. That's what it is. So you're removing it from the top. That's why they say first out. You're removing from the top. Okay, let's do this from the top of the stack. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so now let's go here and let's talk about the queue. Remember we talked about the queue? That's the first in and first out. The queue. Oh man. I'm sorry guys. Man, every video is like I'm got a problem. I'm so sorry. Ugh, my glasses got messed up. Hey, give me a second, guys. Otherwise I won't be able to see what I'm typing. Oh, good. Okay, come on. That's it. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like the Q, right? So we're going to say Q. And I'm going to break it down more on another situation. So it's the, what is that? First in, first out. And then we'll put here in the Q situation. I'll put it like this because since we did do it like that up there, we're gonna say SP. No, not all that. SPQ. And you're gonna InQ. They call it an InQ. You're gonna be InQ, and that will be to insert. And that will be an O1. What should we write here? It's like adding to the back. Simple pointer, right? When you're updating it. So I guess I could say adding. Oops. Of Q. Like that. And then, what is it? Do I have any? Then, oh yeah, then we have the DQ. That's to take out. So we say, oops, DQ. That would be one also. So we'll do this. That's like to remove from the front. I'm sorry, I take that back. Oh man. Okay, we'll say moving from the front. Like, remember what the hell is it called? Oh, okay, oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Should I put it over here? Yeah, it was something like, let's put it in a parentheses. We're gonna say it was like the Now this is a little different than the shift. I'll tell you what, let me just kind of put that there like that. It's like I like the, let's just remember, shift, and you got the unshift. You got the shift, and then you got the unshift, which puts stuff in the front and takes out stuff from the front. So that's cool. And then you gotta, let me see. We got the thing, remember we talked about the link. How many spaces do we have here? That's okay, we'll do this. We'll just say linked list. Right? And that's like a user defined object. So we say users, should I do defined? Then we'll say, put it here, object. Remember how we're using objects? Okay. I also have it written, that LinkedIn stuff, I have it written using the procedure PHP. So we'll be doing that. Man, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what the heck, man. Why am I feeling sick? Insert, then you go to /delete. I wanted to do these videos because I know some people are looking for it. Maybe, I mean, I don't get a lot of response for people I know. They're telling me I should give it up, you know. I said, no, I won't do that. There's people that need this info. Because we know when I was learning stuff, and yes, I was doing it, buying the books, but the videos also helps out, man. It really does. How about we do line this up a bit, like that, and then over here will be what? Right, because you're inserting, it's like updating the header pointer. Remember how you do, you have your value and then you got the pointers going to the next one, just like the kind of like the with the tree is. What is this? I think I'm supposed to take my medication. Alright, let's see. So we got a 1. Let's go. How about we just say update? I ain't no good. Update the head pointer. Yeah, that's it. And then you have, put it over here. Should I put it underneath it? Would it confuse you guys? Maybe not. Let me see. Let's do this. Say insert /delete at the tail in the middle. Okay, we'll do back. Let's use the word tail. Middle. Oops, days. This you're gonna have to push it right in there. Ah, perfect, perfect. And of course, that will be the ON, right? And then you must have, what is that? Must traverse the list. See, we're gonna traverse the list from like the head to like the, to find the spot, so you have to kind of go. Man, I'm getting sick by the minute here. The head, but we must endure. Find the spot. And then you have like, let me see. So we'll do this stuff here. We're looking for the search. Everything is search. See, we found it. It's ON, as you can see. I put it in. It's ON. Where is it? No, it's not here yet. Let's put it over here. We'll do it over here. Access and search. So access/search. Holy moly. Boys, man, I got a beautiful easel. Big one. It could go vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. That's really good, but it's just taking so much space in my little, my office. Designated. And then, let me see. I want to transverse the list, right? Like from let's see, from the head to no. Yeah, right now it is from the head. And then you got binary. You know something? Maybe I should separate these things. I mean, I did put this stupid thing there. I don't know. Think it. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's put this here like that, because I don't know. I just want to make it easier for you guys, like that. Maybe that will work better. Eh? So we'll put it in here. Come on. There's a little space in between there, so let's do that. Let's move this guy down. Let's save this before I lost power yesterday. And what is it? In it wasn't yesterday, Christmas Eve. First thing that happened in the morning, getting things ready for pork and all that. Boom, lost power. And I'm supposed to get some crazy rain, man. I don't know. You know something? I'm gonna put this in this spot here, because even those, this will be like the tree. And of course, like this one is a define. What we talked about. Let's say user defined, and we use the objects. Let's see. And I also wrote a song. Objects. This will be the search, right? And this will be Owen. And no, because I'm thinking about, hold on, let me see. Log, there it goes, right here. Log in. I might have created this the other day. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Log in and when. But by looking at that thing, you get it. And what that does is it cuts, cuts the search space in half for each comparison. Other than that, my neck hurts like crazy. Wait a minute. And then you have like the insert, like the insert and delete, remember? So what happens is he finds like the correct spot efficiently, right? Before it starts to insert stuff, it figures it out. Not just a note that the ON in the worst case scenario is an unbalanced tree. Okay, you know something? I'm gonna write that down, and I'm gonna put this one right here. I'm gonna say insert, insert slash delete. I'm gonna say log in, and then I'm gonna say, what did I say? Because if it finds the correct spot efficiently all the time, because it depends on what you're doing. This is just telling you what the old login is. But the ON, I was going to put it over here. Maybe, can I put it over here? Sure we can, Holmes. Let's do this. And then first let's write what I want to say. It finds the correct spot, right? It finds the correct spots. Before it starts inserting stuff. Oops. I think there's a problem with and then in this one, using the worst scenario. Use the worst scenario. Not scenario. About worst case. That'd be good. It's like an imbalance. An unbalanced tree. Not good. You have to do those kind of things. Wait a minute. Come on, man. Get back over there. What would be the last one that we talked about? Let me see. We have. Let's see. The hash, but that's like the array. I guess we could kind of say there is a thing called priority. What is it? Priority. That would be the Q. I forgot I should have put that up there. Should have added it over here. That's okay. We'll just leave it down here. And right here we're going to be using the SPL priority Q like that. Wait a minute. Is this? So we're going to say insert like that, right? And then extract the max. Remember how we used to extract the maximum and the minimum? Or check. So that would be, I believe, old log end. Because you must maintain the heap property. You know, after this insertion stuff, the heap is like the memory. That's what we call it. So we're gonna save. Let me see. Must maintain. Wait a minute. Maintain the heap. Let me just say property. After the insertion, yeah, that's right, yeah. This little dot here, and then you have that extraction that we're talking about. I guess I can kind of put it right here. Just while I do something. I kind of just put it right there. What the heck? Let's just keep it over here. We'll say the extract. Max /min. Of course, that's O. Let's do it again. Log n. Right? So you must, like you have to like extract the root of it, and then do the reheat the thing. Reheat the file, I think it's called. You have to reheat the shit, like arrange everything back, the structure. Let me see, maybe I should extract and rearrange the structure. What else do I have? So when do you use the structure? Right, so you use the SPL stack and or the queue. Remember we just talked about just now. You need to strictly obtain, strictly order the insertion and the removal. That will be the O1, right? And only care about the front and the back of the item. So if you use the PHP array map, when you need like something fast, right? That's where the key access is one of the best. That's an O1. That's an O1. I'll write this whole thing down so I don't have to rewriting this whole thing. I'm going to save this. I'll have, matter of fact, let's just put it right here. There you go. We'll put everything here. I'll say when to use let me see which structure, like that. Oops. What's going on here, man? Why am I messing this up? Like that. How about we go like this, right? And then I'll put it. So if you're gonna use what is that? SPL stack. Which, let me see. I must have been using it somewhere, like in here somewhere. This is just out. What is that? You echo it out to see if they found something from the search. That's what this is. But the actual file that made this here, maybe I'll just add it. Maybe I'll just mention here. Well, did I spell this right? Let me see. So you would do like the stack, like that, like this. If you use the stack, or if you use like the SPQ, when you need strict order inserting and removing, that's the only way to use, right? Like when you want to go, you only care about the front and the back of an item, then you use O1 because it's faster. You'll be able to, that'll do it for you real quick anyway. Now if you use like the map, right, the array map, when you need like a fast access, that's also O1, right? And when you use the array list, when you need like a fast random access, that will be O1 too. And if you use like the linked list, you may have let's say many insertion and deletion at the end, then you put that in the end, in the minimal search operation. So that will also be no end, really, to tell you the truth. And if you use like the binary search tree, and when you need like fast searching, insertion, and deletion for an order data, then you use the O log n. And what else do I have? I need and then of course the priority queue we just showed you right now. This right here, right? So when an item needs to be retrieved based on the priority of rather than the order they were inserted, if you kind of need it, oh I can't, I don't want to like the first in first out. You don't want to do any of that stuff. Then you will have to use that one, the ON. It will become that because now you're not that you're gonna use ON. It's like this is just describing what when you're using stuff like to insert and delete, extract. That's what explains when you're talking. It's no, it's an O1, it's an ON. I'll put I will put uh, uh, I guess I will explain more. I'll put what we just talked about because I am recording myself. This stuff I was just doing it because I need to do it with you. But the last part, stuff that I don't type in, that's the part I need to listen because sometimes I just forget what I said. Anyway, we reached the very end, right? Hopefully we can explain more of the breakdown. Actually, I wanted to do the breakdown for each one again. Not again, but differently. But this is good information. This one, the one from the last time, it's good information. It's something for you to have. If you want to buy a book to explain this stuff, you gotta get that big fat green book, man. Big old notation. I mean, it's fat. I mean, it's gotta be like, I don't know, maybe 2 inches, an inch and a half, something like that. It's crazy. It really is. Anyway, so we're here. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna put this in the description below. Type it out like this. Hopefully, it'll come up like that with you, right? And that's it. Hey, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you need to, and comment on anything I said. If it confused you, don't worry. I'm gonna be giving you some other more. So I see the more you look at some of this and you look at the other thing, and the more you go like this, because these things are very hard to explain. It's not like it's something cut and dry. I mean, this right here I'm showing you seems to be cut and dry, but when I did this one, I liked it because it was searching. I was doing each one because I do a lot of search. I love the search stuff. I also like doing the sorting stuff because it was nice. If you know how to do the sorting, if you know how to search, or if you know how to also insert and delete and update from a database, that's perfect. If you kind of get that down, these other things, yeah, you get to know them and stuff like that, but you can always look over. I'll put in the PHP.net thing. I'll put it in the description where you can find a lot of this information. It's very tedious, right? Because it's more like a textbook and it has a lot of stuff. You have to kind of really search through it. This way, by looking at videos and checking that, make your notes and go back to them again, those kind of things. That would definitely help you. The more you do it, the more you talk about it, the more you listen, the more you play with it, you kind of figure out. Because when you create especially when you're using for loops and stuff like that, you want an algorithm that'll work for you fast. I always thought the array would be the better thing, and it is fast. It is fast, and I like the ON because you can point to whatever you want. The other ones are more slower than anything else, but I'll give you that too. Don't worry about that. Definitely. Anyway, we reached the again. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment on anything you want, and hey, a good night. Hey, happy holiday,